Hello Cancers, welcome to your full moon reading for November 2019. Full moon November 12th will be in Taurus, affecting your 11th house. Groups, friends, your hopes and your wishes. Using the Enchanted Map Oracle deck by Colette Barn Reed. Meditated while I was shuffling on your sign, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And we're clarifying with the Chakra Wisdom Tarot by Tori Hartman. Okay, same thing, also meditated and shuffled. Welcome back to subscribers and welcome to anyone new to my channel. I do hope you find these messages helpful. Just please keep in mind that they are general. They may not resonate with everyone. And they are predictive, so some of them may not correlate with your journey until the middle of the end of the month. Okay, this is interesting because I shuffle very, very well, and these are the only two that repeated from this. These are all new from this, but Gemini just had this in their recent past. So some of you may be involved with Gemini, or if you are a Gemini Cancer cusp, then this message is definitely for you. And where I was picking up with this energy for them, where I'm picking it up for you, some change in a relationship, some change in a communication. Something here has metamorphosed, and for some of you, I feel like it's something beautiful. There's some new bonding here that some of you have done. Some of you, though, there could have been a change in a relationship where there has now been a choice or a third element into play. But I also get a sense of protection through some type of evolution or change that you yourself has been going through. Now, looking into your groups and your friends, and what this would mean in that sense. Some of you have become aware of maybe what needs to change in relationships that you have, realizing that you don't have to be stuck with in one stage or where, so some of you may have outgrown a relationship or maybe feeling like you have, or something higher, more spiritual has come into your bond, as far as bonding with some others. So some of you, maybe some options with your hopes and your dreams has come about, has given you more choices, more options here. Some change that you've made has opened up some type of choice for some of you in your recent past. So now looking here where you are, we have follow the leader with the Fool here. Now, this follow leader card is really about blazing your own path, but it can definitely as well be someone that is you're seeing as a leader. You are seeing as a leader, but I feel like for some of you, maybe taking charge with something here, and it's a new beginning, definitely. There's some risk here, and I'm also seeing how this person is almost like embedded in the roots of this, and this is, you know, your base chakra here. I feel some of you being intuitively led on where you want to go. And as far as following a leader in a group, I feel like you're already, you know, well, yeah, you're cardinal water, so you are a leader, Cancer. And I feel like for any of you, or you maybe felt like you may have fell into a pattern where you were following someone else's, or doing something that was old that needed to be shed for new to open up. I feel like that's where you are now. This butterfly that's ready to fly and ready to blaze their own path here. And I also get the sense of protection that you have with something new, or a new stage that you're going into. A new chapter. It's definitely a new chapter for some of you Cancers, coming into more of a leadership of, and something within a matter of time that you are taking precautions. I feel like there's some type of precaution in this energy, even though The Fool can be the risk taker, but it's adventure. It's also it can be the passion of a new relationship, going head in, and there being this, I don't want to say submission, but more of control or say in a relationship. So for some of you, this may be something new that you're coming into, with having somewhat of more of a say in a new group, perhaps, or becoming a leader, being even chosen to be a leader in a group, to lead a way in anything that you're doing, for your own dreams, hopes, wishes, or humanitarianism, any of that. So starting from a good place where you're at least seeing a path, and you're being some goals that you're making, that you want to see, that you want to bring to life. Okay, so here we have for the unexpected help. I'm sorry, this is your resistance and challenge position, and we do have rescue in 7 of Cups. So some of you, if it's a resistance or challenge, maybe a resistance or challenge for some of you to ask for help. Some of you may as well be very conscious that you have to be careful about who you ask for help from or where you get help from, because not all help will be a true help for you. Seeing past some type of illusion, within relating within groups, social awareness. So some of you just may really need to take a close look at what's being offered to you in the form of an emotional connection or options for increase in some other way. There's a need to see past that, and that may be somewhat of a challenge for some of you, as far as what you're resisting. Some of you may be resisting having too many options. Some of you may be narrowing it down to just, this is what I don't need something from the outside to pull me from what I've started here. I'm going to start something, and I'm not going to be led astray, so to speak, looking out the window, looking out for more. It's something where something new may be requiring your focus. It could be a new relationship or a new group dynamic, or you being in a new position within a group. It's being mindful, and definitely some of you here knowing your higher power. I feel it's too is avoiding confusion. You want to avoid the confusion of looking outside for what is within you. Okay, I feel like some of you are going to clear that away. Some of you may have been susceptible to finding yourself in a group where everyone was maybe having a type of a say of what you should, but now you've spread your wings somewhere. Now you've opened your options, you have choices, but at the same time, there's a narrowing down that you want to do, and you're doing that with one area. So avoiding confusion by looking out, because there's always something that is around that could be a distraction for you, or something that may throw you off course, or again, accepting offers that are right and not just, or right, not say right, accepting offers that is one-sided, or more beneficial for someone else than you, and narrowing your options gives you a greater focus here. Is what I'm seeing here. So that could be in a relationship sense, or that could be in a career sense, in a place in your social awareness. So some of you just cutting confusion out from anyone who just maybe, hey, I can help you, but maybe, you know what, you're in a position now where you can help yourself, because this person may be really looking for help from you, but under the guise of, I'm going to help you, but it's really, so that's what maybe some of that energy that you're avoiding, resisting, or what will be a challenge as you're coming into this new beginning. So looking into what is your unexpected help. It is goblins in the moon. It's funny to, and an unexpected help. Goblins is facing your shadow side. It's also facing, and look at this as the moon. The full moon may really bring to light what, in some ways, there still may be some illusionary things going on here. That this is a challenge for you. But I feel like it's a challenge that you could put a change to if you really tap into, you were already tapped into, and then, you know, even though in the tarot this is like Pisces moon is also very strong Cancer vibes because you are ruled by the moon. And this full moon for you, I feel, may show you some of the shadow sides of your environment and how you fit into it, even what's lurking, in the sense of those that would want to, or anyone who would want to pull you back into an attitude or a negative space, but facing the goblins is facing your own inner demons, and some of you need to as well face your own inner demons when it comes to your hopes, your dreams, your wishes, groups as well too. Group awareness, being aware of who's for you, who's really not, who's helping you, who's really not. There may be some emotional time here where you see the ugly side of a group or association, and that may be what some of you have already been prepared for, and setting off into the unknown may be a help for you, even though that card isn't here. But I feel like for you, you have a clear direction. I feel what you can feel or sense beneath the surface of a facade or a situation will just be beneficial for you to know, for your knowledge. Some of you may be getting in touch with your emotions, and if you're not comfortable with getting in touch with your emotions, you may feel that that's a part of you you just don't appreciate, or isn't appreciated around you, how deeply you can feel, even things that are not said. But I feel like there's also, this is like, there's more to discover with this situation, but you're willing to go for it. So, or you're at least, and sometimes too, the Fool can, especially with the 0 here, just follow the leader. Some of you could be following tradition or going towards, but with the Fool, it's almost like too, it's like, it's nothing yet. It's just a seed. It's just a seed. It's just a plan. But you have to put it into action. But as you do, it's just cutting through illusions. And even if cutting through the illusions, and I don't really see swords here, so really I feel the intuition, your intuition will be very strong as far as what you need to avoid, as far as your own doubts and fears or others' doubts and fears around you, based on the changes that you've made and are making for yourself. That may bring out the ugly side in some people. If you're deciding that, you know what you got, I'm not offering, I'm gonna let you pass, I'm gonna pass, but I'm gonna let it pass me by. But it's really, I feel like it's kind of almost a key to seeing someone. If you're rejecting someone's offer for something, or just really doing something, wanting to do something independently on your own, it may be revealing to you in the sense of their reaction or their response. Okay, so what you're no, this is your advice. Flying with the Hanged Woman, Hanged Man in traditional tarot, of course. So this is a sense of, I feel the advice is saying to continue to fly above what is a pattern, freeing yourself, freeing your mind, dreaming beyond where you are, but also with a new perspective. Some of you may sacrifice some time. Some of you may be sacrifice of a lot of work, especially if you are rejecting help, because sometimes help hurts in its sense, in a sense, sometimes someone, or there's just always kind of that energy out there of, we want to help you, but it's really something, it's an energy that wants to feed off you or benefit from you, and you are a leader in this sense, and you may need no one. That's what I was getting with the 0s, like, or with something that you're doing, there's something that's very independent about it. And so you will be, I see that it's a seed. I see it as a seed of a new beginning, that some of you may be changing in your social circles and stuff. And so the illusions of what even too can be shown as like, oh, this is a help, and you may have been a part of it. But then you realize and see that there's such a shadow side to this, and it's really not that pretty, in a sense of, okay, well, you can't control others, but you can control yourself. So this is, in a sense, still maintaining independence, even in group friends, being socially aware, and your wishes. Sometimes you are put into an environment or situation not to agree or not to echo what everyone else is saying, but to have a perspective that helps others to free themselves from negative patterns of thinking or doing and living. So this is, I feel, this is you, and also just kind of maybe standing out in a sense because of these two. Go ahead and stand out. Let your freak flag fly, as they say, because that's going to strengthen you. You will be strengthening yourself by maintaining a sense of freedom over what some would have been attached to you for. That's what I'm kind of seeing, that in the sense of this kind of groups and social awareness. So somewhere you've opened up your options, and here it's time for you to take a little bit of a time out and also pay attention to that third eye energy here, your crown chakra, and keep rising above the pettiness. Don't let it pull you in. And there's just kind of this negative pattern, I feel, for some of you, where anyone who has come in as under the guise of a help hasn't really helped, but maybe harmed the situation. So but you're changing how you kind of deal with that. If that's something of a pattern, I feel like this is a new situation that you're taking charge on, where you're going to be blaze making your own path and setting your own goals that don't include someone else being involved in, or someone else having the power to affect what it is that you're trying to do, your hopes, your wish, your dreams. So that's what I'm getting here with that. And then for your outcome here, we do have 7 of coins. And again, this winding road, these paths. Now, 7 of coins with the rock bottom card. Rock bottom is there's nowhere left to go but in a different direction. If you hit a brick wall with some things, or some growth here, there's going to be some patience that's required for you, but I feel like you have it. And I feel like coming to this bottom is the bottom of your limits, as far as you associating in groups, in different groups, and what you're bringing to the table. Some of it may not hit, or some of it may not make sense to people around you until after a while. There's something here that I feel like that it's you'll be able to see it, and maybe even assessing your direction, continuing to assess your direction, but really you holding your own compass. I feel like, in a sense, that's kind of what I'm seeing with that, as far as an outcome. So for some of you, if this has been somewhat of groups and friends, your wishes, having anything to do with relationships, it's something again about being patient, and this is also patience. Patience really is a virtue for some of you. If this is resonating with you with any situation, starting out on your own, working for yourself, it's going to be your dedication. And for some of you, the where you hit a brick wall, it just means a new path is opening. And I'm really kind of getting more of a solitary work here that some of you may be working on. A solitary work, or again, just like the growth of the seed that you're going to be planting. That's where I picked up the seed, is that you're planting it right now. But it's for you. And your challenge will be to not allow others' inputs or other confusions about how you should be doing something cloud your judgment. Because here, this is where I'm seeing is that I feel a clue into what will be a goblin energy that may be good for you to rise above sacrifice in the form of if it was a comfortable relationship or if it was a comfortable, something that else that brought you together. I feel like, again, for some of you, something that brought you together with someone has gone through a major change, or something that brought you to a group has gone through a major change. And so I really feel like this full moon is going to highlight those parts of that's changed, that may not no longer be in alignment with your path, with your growth, with your journey. Whoever's with you on your journey, you're gonna look around and you're gonna see them. Whoever's not meant to be in your journey, well, you'll keep them at a distance. You're not gonna call out for them like, nope, I don't need that. I know what I'm doing. Keeping a focus here is big energy that I'm getting here. Is like getting your focus back in line to where or getting it into alignment of how you've changed, getting it into alignment of what's been metamorphosis in your life, whatever that is. Okay, so whatever changes, and again, I just feel like it's to kind of cut through some illusion, whatever this is highlighted in the full moon in the form of goblins, your own thinking or others around you that may be trying to confuse you or throw you off your course. It's like, nope, I'm taking all that I have, which is not much, but it is enough for me to see where I'm going. All right. So that's the reading I have for you, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising. I hope this was helpful for you. And if you would like a personal reading, that information is below. Take care. Namaste.